Welcome to Crayola Creativity Week. Today's theme is Seeing Our Strengths. Our special guests are Mia Armstrong and Alexandra Thompson. Mia, please introduce yourself and tell us how you became an actor and advocate.
Hi, I'm Mia Armstrong. I started acting in commercials and that led to other roles, like in the Netflix cartoon Action Pack. My character, Aeon, has Down syndrome like me. I realized there are many ways to be an advocate who helps people understand the personal superpowers that kids like Aeon and me have.
Alexandra, please introduce yourself and tell us when and why you decided to become an artist.
My name's Alexandra Thompson, and I'm a picture book author and illustrator, and I illustrated I Am a Masterpiece by Mia Armstrong. And I decided that I wanted to be an artist at a very young age. I've always been drawing. I used to watch lots of animated movies and pause them so that I could practice sketching the pictures. And I took art lessons in school and outside of school, and with the support and encouragement of my parents and teachers, that's what I ended up deciding to do as my grown-up job.
Mia, please read the book I Am a Masterpiece, which is your personal story.
I am a masterpiece. I know people aren't used to seeing someone like me. I tell them, don't whisper, don't look away, do say hello. I have Down syndrome, and I like myself exactly as I am, and I want people to be nice to me. Mom says I have to be patient, because sometimes people forget their manners. I wonder if they would be just as rude as someone who was very tall, very old, or really scaly. It would be boring if we were all the same. I'm a girl who likes surfing, drawing, and sleepovers, and roller coasters. I also like getting new shoes, but I don't like shopping for them. Girls act like I'm invisible. I'm standing right here. Don't get mad. Instead, I say, can you please help me try this pair on? The woman struggles as much as I do. But when she gets them on, I give her a thumbs up. After the zillionth pair, I found the right ones. They feel like walking on a cloud. Mom says she's sorry for what would happen, and she's proud of me. I tell her it's okay because the woman was nice to me. Besides, some stranger is not the boss of me. If that happened, that's cool. That would be different. Because everyone knows me there. And that's where my friends are, like Monroe. She is my best friend. I show her my new shoes. She has new shoes too. And guess what? Their pairs are just like mine. We're different, but also a lot alike. Our teacher wants us to do something for back to school night. She asks us to draw a self-portrait so our parents can see us in the classroom even when we're not there. Monroe's picture looks like a lot like Monroe. We may have picked the same shoes, but we draw in completely different ways. Nobody else draws the way I do. I love to draw. Usually I draw boxes. But today, I want to do something special to show how happy I feel being me. It would be a real self-portrait. My favorite color is blue, so I use a blue marker. It is not a self-portrait, Kyle says. It's not even a person, Ashley says. You only use one color, Marcus says. For a second, it feels like being back in the shoe store. I try to be patient like Mom tells me to be. It's a different kind of self-portrait, I say. It's how I feel, not how I look. And it's how I see the world, so it's a double self-portrait. And I get what I mean, because kids are faster than grown-ups about these kinds of things. Which is lucky for me. Miss Lee puts up our portraits. They look good. Each one is different, but mine is the most different of all and makes it the best. I tell Mom and Dad to expect a surprise on back to school night. What is it? Asked Mom. A special project? Asked Dad. My brother Jacko wants to know all about it too. If I tell you, it won't be a surprise. You just have to be patient. I remind them. There's another thing that grown-ups are supposed to be good at, besides being polite. When Mom and Dad come home from school, they hug me. We love your portrait, Dad says. We knew which one was yours right away, Mom says. You always stand out. My parents know me so well. They let me exactly as I am, which means I can be exactly as I am. Did it feel blue to you? I asked them. Very blue. Sky blue, says Mom. Water blue, says Dad. He knows go to the beach is my favorite thing, but I say Mia blue. There's the best blue there is.
Wow, what a great story. In I Am a Masterpiece, you talk about loving art and describe several of your superpowers. Please tell us more.
Maybe I can't lift a boulder or fly like Superman, but I have to work extra hard to do all kinds of things, and I never give up. But my real superpower is that mean words bounce off my super shield. Lots of kids, even grown-ups, worry about what other people think about them. That gives the people who say mean things the power over how you feel. But I don't care what doodleheads say or think about me, so they have no power over me.
Alexandra, how does your creativity help you connect with the person or subject that a book you are illustrating is about?
It was super easy to connect with Mia because she's an artist just like me. She uses her creativity to express herself. So one of the first things I did when I was illustrating this book is I worked on character design. And so I did a lot of research. I watched interviews of Mia. I got pictures from her family. And I even got pictures of her artwork. She created a very special self-portrait that we used as reference so that I could have her actual artwork in the picture book.
Mia, you provide many great examples of responding to people who aren't used to seeing someone with Down syndrome. Some people can be rude or only want friends who seem the same as them. Please share your wise advice for connecting with others.
Down syndrome means there is an extra chromosome that makes us look a lot alike. Maybe we also look like our parents and other family members. Just like everyone with blonde hair isn't related or who has brown eyes. We all have things that are different about us, but we are all people. We all care about having friends and being treated kindly. We're more alike than we are different.
Thank you, Mia. Alexandra, as Mia said, I Am a Masterpiece is a story about celebrating our uniqueness and knowing who we are inside. Please show our viewers how to create a Who I Am Inside personal portrait based on how they feel and personal attributes that others can't see.
So today, when we work on our own self-portrait, we're gonna do what Mia did. And for the picture book, we had Mia create her own self-portrait using her favorite color, blue, and she loves to draw boxes. So for the picture book, I incorporated her actual self-portrait into I Am a Masterpiece. So today, we're gonna use whatever colors we want, whatever colors make us feel great on the inside. So I'm gonna use purple because purple represents creativity, and I love the color orange because it reminds me of my favorite season, which is fall, and I love Halloween, and it makes me think of pumpkins. And I'm gonna use yellow because yellow is a happy color, and I'm always happy when I'm drawing. So you can pick out your own favorite colors. And I'm gonna start with purple. Now we're gonna just make shapes, whatever feels good to us, whether that's swirly shapes or boxes like Mia, or maybe you wanna draw a bunch of dots, whatever you wanna do. So I'm gonna make these big swirly shapes. And I'm just gonna fill the page with them. And I like making these flowing shapes because they remind me of dancing around and singing, which is something else that I like to do. And we can just fill in, or we can leave it as lines. And maybe I can go in with this other color, and I'm just gonna add in little swooshes. So what shapes do you like? Are you gonna draw stars on yours? Or are you gonna maybe do little polka dots or swirly lines or boxes like Mia? Maybe I'll add in some spots like this. There's different ways that we can use this little paint stick, which is so much fun. Maybe we'll do some hits of yellow. I'm gonna do these little squiggly lines here. And maybe a couple of extra dots. So I want you to use your creativity and pick out your favorite colors, make shapes like zigzags and swirls and boxes, whatever feels good to you and expresses who you are on the inside. And there we go. Our own abstract self-portrait portraying how we feel on the inside.
Alexandra, at the end of the book, there's a section called More Advice from Mia. You illustrated her with a large, flowing cape that includes a written description of her superpowers. Please show us how we can draw our own capes that show our superpowers.
So I'm going to draw a picture of Mia, but you draw a picture of yourself. And we're gonna draw it on the right-hand side of our page so that we can have the cape going out behind her. So we're gonna draw a picture here of Mia. I'm gonna draw her bow and her flowing hair. Can't forget her glasses. A little smile. Gonna draw her in a little superhero pose. Doop. All right, now the most important part here is gonna be the cape. That's why we left so much room on this side. So I'm gonna use this blue color, but you use whatever color that you want. And we're gonna start the cape at her shoulders. And we're gonna do a big arching line like this and bring it all the way back around so she has a big flowing cape. And now, if you want to, I'm gonna make a little list on the side of what words I'm gonna put in here. So Mia is brave, she's kind, she's artistic, and she's creative. What words can you think of that describe yourself and who you are on the inside? Now I'm gonna use these double-pointed markers that are color changing. These are so much fun for lettering. You could write a poem in here, or you could have an affirmative statement like, I am brave, or I am kind. But I'm just gonna do all of these words, and I'm gonna do big ones doodle style, and it'll be so much fun. So let's see, let's start with the word artistic, because Mia's artistic, we know, right? She loves to draw pictures. So I'm gonna write artistic. I'm gonna use this pink color, and I'm using the fat and thin sides of the marker. Artistic. There we go. And now I'm gonna use this other side, and I'm gonna go over it in some spots, and it's gonna change the color. And then I'm gonna go around it with this yellow. All right, there we go. Maybe add some polka dots in there, just for fun. Let's see, next up, let's do the word brave. Let's do it, how about we'll do it on this side. I'm gonna just turn my paper here. We're doing brave. So I'm gonna use the thin side to do the outline. And I'm gonna leave plenty of space between the letters. You'll see why in a minute. We're doing these big, blocky letters. Now we're gonna go back and draw these lines to make it look like it's 3D. See how adding those lines make it look like it's standing up off the page? Now I'm going to go in with this blue color. We'll color in just the front part. And wherever this is overlapping, you can see that it's changing the color of the orange underneath. But you could use anything. You don't have to use markers. You could use sparkly crayons, or you could use regular markers. You could use paint sticks. Let's see. Let's do the word kind next. So we'll do kind right here. And just like the other one, I'm going to do these blocky letters. And I'm going to fill it in with this purple. And then after I'm done filling in with the purple, I'm going to make a shadow underneath it with the blue color. We'll just do it on one side, so it kind of looks like a shadow. One side and underneath. And then I'm going to do little dots inside the letters. Ooh, and it's turning the purple green. Pretty cool. You could do dots inside your letters, or little hearts, or squiggly lines. All right, and then we've got one more word. Let's see, we haven't used the purple and the orange yet, so we will do this purple color to write creative. And let's do bubble letters for this one. So I'm going to use the thin side of it again to do the outline. So for the bubble letters, it's going to look a little bit like a balloon, so we're making rounded edges. All right, and then I'm going to use the broad side of the marker to fill it in. We're going to go back over with the orange side to add a shiny spot to each letter so that it looks like a balloon. All right, let's get in there with this orange side. We're going to draw a little triangle and a dot. Little triangle and dot. A little bit there. See, they look like little tiny balloons. All right, and then just for fun, now that we have all of our words written inside, I'm just gonna draw a couple extra stars around because why not? Stars are fun. And it's our superhero page, so we gotta have some stars. And then we'll just color in Mia's bow with a little bit of pink. And then we know her favorite color is blue, so why don't we just color in her skirt, her boots. There we go, a little extra color there. All right, and then there we have it. We have our own superhero cape with all of the things that make us who we are on the inside.
Alexandra and Mia, thank you for showing us how we all can see our strengths and show our superpowers.
Thank you, Aoki, and thank you to all the kids watching. I hope you had so much fun drawing along with us today and exploring your own creativity.
Thank you. Bye.
Parents and educators, be sure to check out more creative ideas at Crayola.com/creativityweek. And remember to share kids' artwork. Post a photo on social media using #CrayolaCreativityWeek for a chance to win today's amazing giveaway.